Okay, you guys, here we are with a new party, the America Party. I guess they decided to stick with this whole Gulf of America and America Party and whatever it is that they're trying to get out of this. But yeah, Elon Musk says we're going to start a new party because Donald Trump made me mad. I'm going to start my own party. So guess what? What's going to happen next? And does this add a piece of the puzzle to the puzzle I was describing in my last video, where I could see the robber barons, the American oligarchs who really are hurting. They are the ones that stand to lose the most when the cheap labor disappears. When people get mad at the corporations, and I'm telling you right now, the guides were just telling me this morning about the Etsy thing, right? The Etsy, everybody loves Etsy. What's wrong with Etsy? It's a marketplace that a lot of people sell things and buy things from. It should be neutral. It's been neutral. But now Etsy has some vendors on there selling these alligator Alcatraz stuff. And people were upset and people let Etsy know. And I'm talking about people that have stores there. Like this is their livelihood. And they came on social media and said, I'm canceling my store. I will go broke rather than support this marketplace, this company that supports this kind of thing. I have to put my money where my mouth is. Well, so far Etsy has been like, yeah, we don't care, cancel, stop. We don't need you. Well, I'm just here to tell you they do. They do need all of us. Just like the robber barons. They're like, oh my gosh, we forgot. These little people that we like to step on and disregard and take advantage of, turns out we really need them. And now they're really mad. And now we need to figure something out because our bottom line is cratering. I see whole corporations going through Chapter 11 or some sort of economic complete ruin. Maybe they don't even make it. Maybe they get bought up by another company, but these companies are not as stable as they think they are. They really owe a lot more to their consumers than they ever imagined. Let's talk about it. I'm Susan Lynn. I'm a psychic medium, and I predict politics as well. Don't forget, I have another channel where all of my spiritual videos have been moved. And if you forgot about this, this is a good time for you to check it out because those videos help you get through what we're getting through, right? Like, yes, we all need to know what's happening in the political world. Me too. But also, I kind of need to know how to get through it energetically in one piece. So don't forget, I have another channel, Susan Lynn, Spiritual Way Shower. I'll put the link down below and check out those videos because they're meant to help you. They're free and they're truly going to help you get through this in one piece. Other than your therapist, your psychiatrist, nature, all the things that I hope you're doing for yourself. So let's talk about this because this is super important for a lot of reasons. As I mentioned in my last video, I'm looking at all of the potential timelines because everybody has free will. And when the timelines start converging, that means that everybody has decided in their mind the energy that they're putting out. They've made decisions. The people in charge are starting to come together on a plan. Now, what I love about this too is you guys are in the comments going, oh my God, I got the same thing. That means again that it's converging, that the timelines have decided this is the timeline we're going to take. And for the last 2 months, it's been just impossible. People were so, and including the people in power, were so scattered in their thinking. And there was just no real winner. You know, the race, all the horses in the race, all the whatever they are in the race, there was no real winner. Now things are starting to be clarified because we're starting to see the outcome of their actions. People are starting to wake up, and that's starting to really have an impact. As I mentioned in my last video, Home Depot, the CEO came out and actually addressed the Home Depot strike. Y'all, I didn't even know about the Home Depot strike. I knew about Target, I knew about Amazon, I would have missed the Home Depot one, but it had an effect. Because CEOs never come out and talk about uncle, okay, stop the strike. Nobody ever does that. Target hasn't done it. Etsy apparently has given us the middle finger. So we know that this has an impact on them. Well, the guides are just reminding me, I think the Target did reach out to some Black-owned businesses because part of their thing was over the whole DEI and taking down a lot of the Black-owned businesses during Black History Month. And they just have not gotten the welcome that they wanted to get, right? Like, again, the people are going to start canceling businesses, corporations. I mean, on a level that the guides are saying, we've never seen this before. This is a collective consciousness. Even if, again, it's not translated, it enough people are doing it, even subconsciously, that it's making a difference. What's up with the American Party? And what's up with Elon? And what's up with the White House? Now, I was already going to do this video, but this morning I saw a great video by Afefe with Touched by Tarot on YouTube, where she talks about how the White House is panicked, literally panicked. And you know, when you hear somebody, perhaps that happens to me, right? You hear me say something and you're like, oh, wow, that really strikes me as true. Or, wow, I got chills over that. That's how I felt when I heard Afefe's video this morning. I was like, holy, you know what? They really are panicked. Like, I don't look at his energy because it's so stanky. I feel like I have a spiritual STD. So I actually try to stay away from it, right? Personally, but thankfully Afefe looked into it and told us. So yes, the White House is panicked. They're panicked because, let me just go into that energy for a second. Wait, am I going? Yes, it's because I'm going into the White House energy, not his energy. Never mind. They just tripped me into his energy. You know what his energy is like right now? Is it's like a black hole. It's like you're tumbling through time and space and you have no grip. You're out of it. You just don't even have a sense for what's going on. Now, it could be that that's his, and this is for allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. This could be what he's experiencing right now. I think that he rallies, you know, clearly he went to the Everglades and did that thing, right? But overall, his public performances are way down. Remember how he was the summer before he stole the thing? He was everywhere all the time. Now he's nowhere, right? He comes out once or twice a week. I think he is panicked. They're talking about the war room to me. When I look to the side, I'm getting a visual. They're talking about the war room. And I think they mean war as in everything to them is a war. Elon is a war. Everybody's a war, even Congress. Everything is a battle. It's always about us versus them, which makes sense because you see how they talk to their own cult. They've really made that a tenet of their communication to the cult. You can't trust them, right? Like right now, the felon has come out and said, you know, Democrats are evil or whatever. So there is a sense of this war room. There is a sense of, oh, right, they're talking about the leaks. Didn't I talk about the leaks in my last video? I'm channeling, so I don't know. But in the White House right now, they're talking about who is leaking, who's the mole. That's what they're talking about. Who is the mole? How much damage are they going to do? That's what they're talking about. So there's a sense of not trusting anybody. And for some reason, Christine Noem is in there, is in the hot seat. They don't trust her. They don't trust women, number one, and they don't trust her. She's got power. She takes the stage. They don't like anybody who takes the stage. Look at Marco Rubio, right? When he takes the stage, you can almost see the pain and agony in every ounce of his face, his energy, everything. He has this energy of girding his loins, of like doing what I have to do. Christine Noem is like, look at me, I'm something, right? That doesn't sit well with the felon. No one can have the spotlight and enjoy the spotlight but him. So she's, whether she knows it or not, whether anybody else knows it or not, the energy suggests that she's being targeted in some way. They could be setting her up to be a scapegoat. Now, let's ask just briefly, is the White House, or, you know, the felon, oh, he's big mad at Elon, big mad at Elon, but he's not worried. You know, it's interesting. He's got like this extra ego, this extra confidence, right? But he's not worried about Elon. Like he doesn't think, again, he's overconfident, but he doesn't think Elon is going to hurt him. Again, yeah, he's active. This is no joke. I think he's literally looking at ways to arrest him and deport him. This is not a joke, right? This they're not kidding when they say that. And what's funny is last year when I was reading on Elon, because I've been on to Elon for a long time, the guides kept saying just one word, ruination. I don't even know if that's a word. Ruin, not ruined, but ruination. And you wonder sometimes because he's had a pretty high flying time the first half of this year, you know, but I guess there's 6 more months where he could be ruined. And I think that's the case. Well, right. Okay. So the guides just reminded me that, well, this bill takes away his money. This bill, like, the man lives off government subsidies. He's basically whatever he calls everybody else, you know, that's him. And I never thought that he has the money he says he does. If he did, if he was sitting on whatever it is that people say he has, I don't think he'd be worried about some government subsidies. I don't think that would be making him freak out so bad that he starts a whole nother party to get back at the Republicans. He knows this is the beginning of the end for him. So that is kind of ruination, right? And the other thing, is there anything else I need to tell you about that? Well, they're not worried about him. They think they can control him. It really is a battle. Talk about the war room energy. That is a battle that's happening right now. He is, so if you go past the felon's like defenses, if you go past that, you can see that he is secretly worried about it. He's secretly worried about the fact that Elon says he can peel off like 3 senators into this new party. And he's worried, you know, MTG has been coming, that her energy, not her, but the energy has been coming to me for a while now, for at least 2 weeks. And I don't know, watch her, something's up with her. She's wily. She could do something. This is it, right? Like, this is what they're trying to say to me. These people have been coerced, maybe blackmailed into their support of him, threatened into their support of him. They're not supporting him because they love him. Most of them have said terrible things about him, including McConnell and Lindsey Graham, and a whole bunch of them have said terrible things about the felon before they had to fall in line. Maybe that's because they were going to get primaried and they knew, you know, a lot of his power comes from the cult. A lot of it comes from the cult. So if you know you're going to get primaried, you're going to be out, you might as well stay in and try to outlast him and the cult. Secondarily, I know for a fact there's a book written about it called Compromat with a K, where it talks about how these people have been compromated or have blackmail against them from other countries, maybe like Russia or China. Now, when you say blackmail, I'm not talking about golden showers. That's just silly to me. Everybody gets so excited about that. I'm like, that's not, the Republicans care about that. No, they don't care about that. They care about going to prison. So I think these videos that they have on these Republicans would be criminal. Criminal. Like, once we let these out, you're going to be criminally charged. This is evidence. That's why they have to sing and dance the tune for the felon, because the felon's puppeteer is Putin. Okay, so that makes sense to you? In my last video, I talked about it. Once the MAGA group is splintered and in disarray, which you're always going to have 1 or 2 or 5 that you know that will never, ever, ever give up. So if you're judging the whole group of them by that one person, you're not reading the room. Read the room. Look at the whole group of them. We're not seeing, look, he's in office, and we're not seeing trucks going up and down our street every day with flags. We're not seeing houses wrapped in flags. We're seeing I'm not seeing much of anything. This has been reported all over the country. His support is waning. It's just not, it might be there, but it's vitriolic, that it's very small. And he didn't have the numbers show up to the polls because it was rigged. So there, it's just like a shadow, like a puppet, a hand puppet shadow. The hand is this big, the shadow is huge. Everybody's worried about the shadow, but it's not really as powerful. So once that group starts splintering and becoming into disarray, you're going to see those Republicans feel frisky, like NTG. They're going to feel frisky. They're going to be like, oh, maybe I don't need to follow you. Maybe I want to follow somebody who's got more money. Maybe I don't have to worry about the MAGAs coming for me. And that's what America Party is going to do. It's going to give a way to save face. So this is like negotiating 101, the guides are saying. Give your opponent a way to save face. And the whole thing can just die down. This gives them a way. They can move out of the Republican Party and move into America Party. Now, again, I'm not saying everybody, I'm saying, but there will be some attrition. There will be some people who move over there. And the people who stay with the felon are just going to be kind of low energy. I just don't see them as a cohort, as a group, having a lot of energy. Again, there's going to be one or two that's going to make a big fuss, and that's going to make us think that it's a big group, but it's really just one or two lone wolves out there acting crazy. It's not, show me, yeah, right. The guys are saying, show me a protest with thousands of them. Have you ever seen a protest with thousands? Ever? Have you seen thousands of people protest No Kings? Yes, all across the world, all across our country, in little Texas towns and little red towns. So this is all the emperor has no clothes. This is all a shadow boxing operation. Once we understand the power we have and we get the VOTING situation sorted out, which it is getting sorted out right now, meaning future ones, you're going to see a huge shift. Like I just see a mudslide, just his supporters just go down the hill. Now, here's the other thing. In the last video, I talked about how the money, right? So you want to talk about these people pull the levers, right? Obviously Congress pulls levers. The presidency, Supreme Court pulls levers. The gerrymandered maps, that's a big pulling of the lever. The states that keep people from being able to VOTE, another pulling of the lever. But the biggest one is the money, because the money, we know without a doubt, we know this. We have evidence of this, that the money has given gifts to Thomas, has given gifts to all of these Republican conservative SCOTUS, Supreme Court. We know this. We know there's money flowing into the White House that we can't even account for. We know that his largesse has swollen under his own presidency. So we understand right now, let's just call it what it is. Money rules everything. So we go back to the fact that the corporations are hurting and they can see the train wreck coming. They're tied to the tracks and they can see the train coming. Guess who's on the train? You and I, we're on the train. And we don't care anymore. We don't have any more F's to give. We already went through the pandemic. We don't have any F's to give. And we understand that you don't care about us. We don't care about you. We don't care about your yacht or your, bunker or whatever it is. We don't care about it, right? We're over here trying to figure out how we're going to pay our rent, our mortgage, our food, and our health care. That's what we're trying to figure out. The vulnerable point, the guides are saying, like, there's a soft spot. This is their soft spot. This is their Achilles heel. And they know it. And they're trying really hard to fix it. Hence, America Party. Hence, them going to Musk and saying, let's see if we can't do damage control. What the words I'm hearing right now is damage control, right? Like, can we put some pressure on him to not be locking up citizens on the street? Can we please get this under control, because it's really affecting our bottom line? Now, something else that I learned today from Afefe with Touched by Tarot, because she was a journalist for many, many years, and she does her research on top of being a initiated priestess. I mean, she brings it all, right? Was Mark Cuban. Like, I didn't know this. Mark Cuban has said, oh, hey, Elon, like, man, like, maybe I can, like, I'm kind of interested. And, people are like, Mark Cuban, this guy is Hitler Jr. over here. What, he lost her mind? That's what's fascinating about all of this, because it's not black and white. And I'm a person who likes everything to be good or bad, black or white, up or down. I mean, come on, we have to deal with gravity, and everybody that's a woman knows that, Why can't everything be like that? But it's not. Everything right now is paradox. Everything now is dystopian, is my enemy is my friend for right now, but then tomorrow you're my enemy, and next month you might be my friend, and that's just the way it is. I don't work well in that kind of situation, but here we are. And this is what you see with Mark Cuban. He's saying, look, I know this guy, did the thing. I'm not saying he didn't. I'm saying that we need more choices. And, and Afefe talked about that. She said, I think he's doing it to razz the Democrats, because I had the same thought before she said it out of her mouth. I think this is meant to stir up the Democrats. You could have me, Democrats. I could be helping you with a new party. We could be bringing AOC. We could be bringing over Jasmine Crockett. We could be bringing over Liz Warren, perhaps. We could be bringing over some people, maybe even Janie Raskin. Who knows, right? If we make a party with the right tenets, how can they say no? This is what I predicted last year. The guys showed me the Republican Party splitting apart. Then, like a month later, they showed me the Democratic Party splitting apart. Now, this is painful, and it's also unsettling. It truly is. I'm not saying this is all a walk in the park, because it is not a walk in the park. Growth and challenge is never fun, never, but it is growth. And so if we had two Democratic parties and two Republican parties, we could actually start having those coalitions that I'm talking about between Cuban and Elon, or Elon and this person, or Cuban and AOC. Now, let me make my final point, which is that Cuban represents the billionaire class in a lot of ways. He's not really a super conservative Republican. He's really a very moderate Republican. I wouldn't call him a Democrat, but he does represent a potential ideal of a Republican that has some kind of heart and soul. I'm not a huge fan. He can be a wild card. He can make you mad. He can make you happy. I don't think he's a person that you can really count on to be one thing. He seems to like his role as the devil's advocate, but he does cost plus. He's brought down prescription meds in a way that nobody else could do, or I should say, nobody else wanted to do. It was there. The model was there. Nobody wanted to do it. He saw a way to make a lot of money and to help Americans. And I think that's really, if you really want to distill down who he is, I think that's who he is. I think he wants to have a very robust capitalistic society, but at the same time, not drain Americans dry. He seems to understand that there is a symbiosis here, that he needs us and we need him. And if if the vampire sucks all the blood dry out of the victim, then the victim is dead and you got nothing, right? I mean, there has to be a balance. And I think that is something that Mark Cuban understands. So to me, this makes a big deal. This is another puzzle piece. The fact that Mark Cuban is saying, yeah, America Party, that sounds like something interesting to me. Is he going to run? I don't think so. Is he going to be the leader? I don't think so. But I think that he knows how to gold. He knows how to prod. He knows how to get people's attention. He knows how to be dramatic. And that's what this is. You know, Democrats, you got to get it together. You're not together. You're not meeting the moment. Maybe you think you're together, but whatever you think you're doing, you're not meeting the moment. You're a day late and $1 short for everything that they do. Everything that they do is late and ineffectual as a party. But nobody wants to do it, right? It's just like cost plus. Nobody wanted to do it. Nobody wanted to make a lot of money and, give people cheaper medications. Why? I don't know, but nobody wanted to do it. It's like the Democrats. They don't seem to want to do the hard work, the really hard work. And instead, they want to stay in their ivory tower. And I'm going to tell you right now, those corporations, their days are numbered. If you're going to stand against the American people, your days are numbered. I promise you. I promise you. Same thing with the Democrats that are in the ivory tower. This is not anymore a situation where you can be in your ivory tower, in your bunker, in your boardroom, making decisions. The decisions are now being made on the street with the communities, with us, with our dollars, with our feet, with our voices. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of all of this culmination of the people power, the people rising up. And the faster these corporations figure out what's going on, they can easily capture that energy and work with us and grow with us. But again, they're too stubborn, they're too backwards, they're too overconfident, and they think they have all the power. And even with the extended power, with the insane amount of money that's being given to these border patrol groups, it's not going to work. It is not going to work because there are hundreds of millions of us, hundreds of millions in 50 unique different states with 50 unique different attitudes and different topography and different even agendas and for sure economies. Look at California. We're uniquely designed to be hard to take over. Now, this is about as good as they're going to get. In my opinion, they've rigged the whole VOTE. They've sequestered us. They've blocked us. Half the time on social media, you can't type in words because it's censored. A billionaire bought X and made it into a right wing, basically soapbox. So yeah, this is as good as it's going to get for them. Right here, this is as good as it's going to get. They're about peaking in their power. Maybe they're going to have a little bit more power, but they're peaking. And then after that, it's over. It's over for them. Then we get to rebuild. Rebuilding is not going to be fun either because who gets control? Who gets power? That's why I keep telling you guys, we have to remain healthy and take care of ourselves because we need to be part of that power quotient. We can't just walk away after he's gone and say, whew, that was close, huh? We're done now. The work is just beginning in the rebuilding process. Our voices are needed more there than ever before because if you think those racist and other types of people are going to go away, they're not because they're funded offshore. So we need to be the voice. We can't go through all of this. Please let us not go through all of this simply to relax our guard and let them, hide basically more of this, protect it, maybe put it in a little corner. Oh, it's safe. It's just over there in the corner. It'll never happen again. Here we are once again, right? Let's make sure that we put up enough guardrails. Let's be very vocal about our future. Let's be happy that we have a future. Let's be happy that we have the opportunity to build the future, to be a part of it. Don't think of it as exhausting. Think of it as building the future for your grandkids, for the children of the future. This is on our watch. This is why we incarnated during this time. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'll leave all the links down in the description. Please remember that I have that extra YouTube channel, Susan Lynn Spiritual Way Shower. You can Google it on YouTube. The videos are free. They're there to help you. I promise you, they really will help you. And don't forget that I have 2 online communities. One is free, one is paid. Again, designed to help you. There's thousands of people there every day, all day, chatting, sharing. It is safe. You are safe there. It is not Meta or Facebook or anything like that. It is separate completely. And you can find that information on my website, susanlynnmedium.com. While you're on my website, you might want to sign up for my newsletter, which only comes out once a month. But guess what? The people that are in my online community, the people that are past students of mine, the people that are signed up for my newsletter, you guys are the first ones to know when I have events and classes planned. And many times my events and classes sell out before I get to mention them on YouTube. So if you like what I do, you might want to find a way to stay connected to me, because nothing is guaranteed as we go through this dissolving process. Who knows what's going to happen to YouTube? Who knows what's going to happen to my channel? You may think about connecting with your favorite readers in other ways so that you stay connected to them. Okay, because there is a lot of upheaval energy that is happening right now. And as we go forward, again, just because we win, just because we come out the other side of this, not, as a fascist country, just because of that doesn't mean it's over. It doesn't mean that there won't be repercussions, especially around free speech, because that's how we got here, right? They utilized our free speech to give messages, to create this propaganda cult. So I really expect a crackdown on this type of commentary. So please, all your favorite readers, find out other ways you can connect with them. It doesn't have to be expensive. You can join their small membership, a small price membership, or you can find out if they have a newsletter, or you can find out, you can follow them on other social media, right? I'm on Threads, I'm on Blue Sky, I'm on Instagram. So follow us in different ways, because things are about to get shaken up. And in that process, I feel like some of us could be lost, right? And you would miss some people, but not know how to get in touch with them. So this is a good time to sort of diversify how you connect with your favorite people as well. Take really good care of yourself. I'll see you again really soon. For entertainment purposes only.